Today, I wanted to talk to you about hiring a virtual assistant, someone that's not local to you, that you're actually hiring them to do different tasks. I really don't like saying virtual assistant. I know it's just a way to say that you have a person working for you that's in another location, whether it's Miami, Florida, Costa Rica, wherever it is, they still a virtual assistant. Sometimes people think that virtual assistants are beneath them and they have a tendency of not respecting them sometimes. When you hire a virtual assistant, you should figure that they are part of your team. They're part of you. They're trying to help you grow. And if you don't respect them and treat them, they're not gonna stay, no matter if they good, they bad, whatever. That's the first thing. You gotta treat them as if you would want to be treated. My biggest thing that I wanted to talk about is the services that you will go to. And I've tried three different services. These services do not train the people to what they need to be trained on. They tell them to get the four pillars. I'm quite sure if you've been on YouTube, you hear the four pillars: time, motivation, condition, and price. Those are going to tell you if the seller is motivated to sell. Considering that the market is hot, doesn't necessarily mean that I'm selling. Trying to see what the most I can get. I might just want to see what somebody will pay me just because I want to refinance my property. I might just be wanting to see if it is an opportunity for me to sell, but I'm not going to actually sell. So timeline is basically I'm looking to sell in the next 30 to 45 days. That's when they telling them to find out what their timeline is. That's what they push. That's what they tell them. You actually do want to know that information. The four pillars that they call them is something that you do want to know. Motivation. Or I'm selling because I had inherited this house. That's motivation. I inherit a house and I stay in another state. I can't maintain the house. That's motivation. I'm selling a house because I'm in foreclosure. That is motivation. I'm selling a house because I just want to get out of it and downside. Motivation. Selling a house because the market's good. I want to see what I can get. It's not motivation. It can be, but it's really not. Condition is the next thing. The property's in great shape. We just renovated it. We're actually going to be putting it on the market next month. The condition is great. There's no motivation. There's more so sound like somebody that's renovating houses and selling them. So you have to be able to break that down. And if you're not a person who has done calls and made calls, you can't teach your assistant how to actually handle those calls and when they should deviate and not deviate from a script. Price. Some people really don't know what their house is worth and what they want, but they always have a number in mind that they will not sell below. You can get that number out of. You just gotta let them know that it's unrealistic to try to sell a house and you don't have a price. Can you imagine going in a grocery store and there's no price and everything says you tell me a price? They would never make any money. People are, it's a natural instinct to give the lowest price that you can possibly give because everybody wants to save a dollar. So once you explain stuff like this to your sellers, it actually opens them up to give you a price. And the older people really don't know. They don't know what their house is worth. They bought it for $20,000 30 years ago, and they just don't know what the house is worth. So it's you as the investor to educate or teach your team how to educate what the value of their house is. So I just wanted to share this, my thoughts on hiring a VA. If you're looking to hire, make sure you've made at least 50 calls where you've actually spoke to 50 homeowners or 50 sellers to be able to catch what's going on in your system or what's going on with your call volume that you're not getting leads, so you can actually be able to guide them. If you hire a service, ask that service, what is their training like? Can I sit in on one of your training? can I listen in on one of your trainings so I can know what kind of training you're doing, so I can know if there's something that I need to add to what you're training the VA, because ultimately they're working for you. If you can afford to hire somebody, at least make sure you got enough money coming in where you can actually afford to pay them, and make sure that you not just hire them for 1 month and cut it loose after 1 month. You want some time frame in there. I would actually suggest that you go out, talk to a couple of people that's posting that they're VA, and see how it work out for you. Have at least 10 conversations with some people, and see how you feel about them, and see if this is something that you can actually move forward in doing. I would definitely tell you to look into it a little bit more. Hopefully this helped. Thank you for just stopping by. Again, my name's Donald. If you have any questions, comments, leave them in a chat box, and I actually will respond to them. If I can help in any way, please reach out. You can follow me too on LinkedIn, I'm on Instagram and Facebook.